Top of the morning. What is happening, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video. I know I've been absent lately. I have a lot of explaining to do. That doesn't look right. So I was finally able to get in. My friend gave me a contact for some guys who do mobile repairs. They're rebuilds on Mustangs. This guy, the guy who's going to do my rebuild, he owns a Mustang, so he knows all about them. He's done it numerous times. So got them to come out, take a look at the engine last week. He said he could do it. I told him the whole issue, rundown of what's wrong with the car. He said it shouldn't be a problem. I went ahead and ordered a short block just in case. I'm really hoping I won't need it, but just in the off chance that I do, if there's a hole or something, it threw a rod through the block or something, I went ahead and ordered that from Lethal Performance. So they said that's going to be about 2 to 3 weeks out because it has to get shipped from, I don't know if it's coming from Ford, but it has to get shipped to them first, and then from there they'll ship it over to me. So I don't know how long that's gonna take. I ordered that since last week. It is now Thursday by the time y'all are watching this video. I don't know what day it might be. So gonna be waiting on that in the meantime. But in the meantime, I'm also gonna have them go ahead and start taking apart the motor. He said they should be able to have the heads off by today so that they can give me a rundown and an estimate of how much everything's gonna cost. So I'm really hoping and praying that like nothing is really wrong with the car. Hopefully it's just like a bent rod, or just a rod broke, or maybe it's just the pistons got stuck and we just got to replace the pistons. Hopefully nothing is wrong with the block. I'm really hoping that the damage that is been done to the car is very minimalistic. That way it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to get this car repaired. Then from there, I'm also going to have them throw on the, what did I get? The long tube headers that I got for the car. What is it? I forget which brand I got. I think it's an American long tube racing headers that I got for the car. I originally tried to take the OEM headers off of the car. I was gonna do it myself. I was successful at getting the driver's side header done. The only reason I wasn't able to get it off is because evidently, I didn't know this, you have to mount the engine up a little bit, move it up a little bit in order to remove that header, because I was sitting there trying to wiggle and fight with it, and I couldn't get the thing to come undone. So apparently when I watched another video, it said you have to raise the engine just a little bit and it should slide right off. I'm not even gonna lie, the passenger side was too much of a pain in the butt. There were so many things you had to take off the starter, you had to remove this and that. I could only see half of the bolts, and I think there were about 7 to 8 bolts that I had to remove for the header. It wasn't like super hard for anyone that's trying to do it. I just don't have an engine hoist to lift the engine up, so therefore I wasn't able to fully complete the job. So I even made a video about it too, but in the video I haven't uploaded it because it's super dark. You can hardly see anything. I was gonna try and do a time lapse, but like I said, it was just super dark when I did it. It was at night. I only had, my light was bright only for me to be able to see inside the engine bay. But for anyone who's trying to do headers, as long as you have some WD-40 and you have a lot of extensions, as long as you have the right tools and equipment, the driver's side is easy. I'm sure that I could have done the passenger side as well. But like I said, I already knew the engine was gonna be getting torn apart. So rather than have me sit there and do all that extra work, like I said, they're gonna pull the engine apart, they're gonna pull it out, they're gonna take it apart. Whenever they're gonna put it back together, I went ahead and told them to just go ahead and throw the aftermarket headers, because the car's already gonna be out of the engine bay at that point. That's gonna be the easiest way for me to just throw on the headers for the car. So turnaround should be, it just depends what all we need for the car, honestly. Like I said, hopefully if it's just a rod, that's something that I should be able to pick up locally. Even if Ford doesn't have it, it should be able to ship within 2 to 3 days, and go ahead and pick that up. And then they'll assemble the motor back together and the motor will be good. We'll finally get our first start of the car, because like I said, I have not even heard this car in person start since the day I got it. The only time this car started was when it was being taken off of the transporter, because like I said, this car came from South Carolina. But as you can see here, I took off the exhaust that was on the car. There's the H pipe right here behind the bike. It had it, like I said, the MBRP Racing exhaust series catback system on there. I'm gonna keep it because I am interested to hear how it sounds, especially since I'm gonna go ahead and have the headers on the car. But I do, like I said in my other video I uploaded, I do have my Corsa Sport catback system, exhaust system, which is the exhaust system that I will be running on the car. But maybe when I get the car back, since it will be with open headers, I might go ahead and throw this on there just for the time being, just so I can kind of play around, see how it sounds, because I'm curious to see how this system would sound with the headers, especially since it has the H pipe as well. I'll also have to get 2 tires for the car. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, because I also have to get 2 new HREs, because this one obviously has a big hole in it, not replaceable, not fixable. I already knew that. I took this one to Discount Tire to see if they could fix it. I know they usually take their tires or wheels and send them out to someone. They took it and they said that it wasn't fixable, so that's why the car is sitting right now with no tire, because the tire also had a hole in it, which wasn't repairable. So they already told me whenever I bought the wheel in, they said they can take the wheel off, but they won't be able to put it back on. So I said that's fine, but they said unfortunately the wheel's no good, it's not repairable, so I'll just go ahead and have to get a new one, which is unfortunate. Then after that, once the engine is all done, this car will be going to the body shop to get all the body work and things done to it. So I want to say, hopefully guys, here within the next month, it should all be complete and together. There will be no more of this two-tone color. I also do have some white reflectors that I'm going to be putting here as well. I'm also, in the meantime, since they're going to have the engine apart, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to oil pump gears, as well as the crank sprocket as well. I'm gonna just go ahead and order those 2 parts, because I know from the factory, if I do plan on going boosted later along the line, those are 2 parts that have a tendency to fail or not as strong from the factory. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save myself the time and the headache and just go ahead and upgrade those parts as well. But yeah, right now, like I said, I'm just waiting on this tow truck driver, because it is currently, what time is it? It's 10:02. The guy said, because they ordered the tow truck, they said the guy should be here supposed to be here by 9:20. It's 10:02, I'm still out here waiting. I had to move all my cars. Still got the front bumper right here, still looking good. GT500 front bumper. I know 7.7 Performance just came out with a new bumper. By the way, what are y'all's thoughts on the new Mustang, new design of the Mustang? I really like the front end. That's not my issue. The issue is the rear taillights. The way that they did it, like it's so like pushed in, I don't know what I was doing there with my hands, but it's like pushed in. I really like the 3rd gen, the way that these taillights look, especially I love the Euros. I'm not a huge fan of the way the rear bumper, not the rear bumper, but the rear end of the new Mustang. I rather prefer this style of the rear end versus the new one. But aside from that, I mean, you guys have seen all over the internet, it looks like Camaro. It's going to be heavier. I mean, it still sounds good, and especially at the dual intake system as well. That's going to be, I think that car's got some potential to it, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know, you know, we'll see whenever people start getting their hands on them and, you know, tinkering with them and unlocking them and, you know, doing what we do best in the Mustang community. So, and it's weird being able to say that now. I'm a part of the Mustang community now that I have a Mustang. Can't wait for the engine to get torn apart so they can finally tell me I need to get that fixed too. That's gonna bug me. So they can finally tell me what's wrong with the car. I got the battery all hooked up and everything. I got a new battery for it the other day. You guys remember I installed this magnetic phone charger, wireless phone charger for the car. For when I get the new iPhone 14, that's the cold air intake. That's the stock one. I have the JLT sitting in my house, so once I get the car back, I'll go ahead and throw that on there. But for the meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead and have them throw the OEM back on there. I already got my bracket here for my radar. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I went and ordered, I guess I'll tell you guys now. I went and ordered a headlight starliner roof for the car. It just came in yesterday. I got the one that's like, has a meteor shower, and it has like 550, I think, optic fibers, LEDs. So I am going to be installing that on the car too. I think it's going to be really sick to have that in the Mustang, because if I'm being honest with you guys, I am going to get a darker tint on this car, and it is really dark inside of this car already. So I thought, in order to kind of brighten it up a little bit, especially if you're driving at night too, now that, especially since it's getting closer to December, as y'all know, depressing, it's gonna be getting dark around like 5:30 now. So I definitely think it'll be a good little add-on to do to the car. I'm still debating whether I'm going to be doing it myself or if I'm going to have someone to do it, pay someone to do it. I have my friend, I watched a few videos, I've seen some people do it before. I have a friend who did it on his F-150, so I might reach out to him and have him help me. But that's actually sitting in my room. So you guys will see that here, that install video here coming soon once I get the car back. I was originally going to do it this weekend, but now I have the car is going to be taken from me to get the engine work done, so that's going to be way more important, honestly, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just going to wait around for this tow truck driver to show up, because I'm still waiting and he has not shown up yet.
2 hours later.
So it's 11:12 and they finally just showed up. It takes forever, bro. I got the body parts out of another body shop. I got to fix these first. She goes. No bueno. Yeah, no. Hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave. So yeah, there she's off, guys. Bittersweet goodbye. But whenever we see her again, or I guess whenever she's back here, she will be up and running, at least the motor. Now I need to feel this. Damn, I miss her already. There she goes, off into the distance. Damn, I miss her already, guys. I want her back. Bring her back. Nah, for real. So the car, like I said, is gonna go to their place. They're going to strip the engine apart. They're gonna tear it apart. They're gonna let me know exactly what is wrong with the car. So we know moving forward, like I said, hopefully it's just like a rod that's broke. It's hopefully nothing's wrong with the heads, because I'm really hoping not, because like I said, the car, when I bought the car from the auction originally, it had a hole in the oil pan. The car started, when it got taken off the transporter, started up. I have that video. Actually, I'll go ahead and include that video in this video, the little clip that I have. It's gonna be kind of hard to hear, but in the video, the car starts for like 2 to 3 seconds before it just immediately turns off. I'm assuming that's a safety feature, so I'm really hoping that, like I said, nothing was damaged on the car. Because when I had the car at the first original shop, they tried to manually crank the engine, and it was turning, and then it got to a point where it just locked up. It wouldn't turn anymore. So that leads me to believe that hopefully it's not badly damaged. Hopefully something just, it just lost lubrication. So nothing was rubbing on anything. Like I said, we're gonna find that out between today and tomorrow, what the outcome is gonna be. And that way, so we know moving forward, if hopefully I don't even need to order any parts for the car. They just need to lubricate the motor, get everything turning, moving, and then, you know, the engine will be good to go. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, but with time, I gotta be patient at this point, and I'll be able to actually go over there and kind of check up on the car when need be. And then, like I said, when the car comes back, it'll have the headers. Right now, my main focus is to get tires and 2 new sets of HRE wheels for the car. And if you guys have any, which wheels should I go with for the car? Right now, I'm gonna just run the HRE since 2 of them are already perfectly fine. I'm just gonna continue that look, but that's not a forever look on the car, if I'm being honest with you. The HREs, they look okay, but I think hopefully they'll look better once I put the 305s on the rear and I lower the car as well. I got some coilovers that I'm gonna install on the car as well, because that stock ride height is not it. It's definitely not it. So, but yeah, guys, just got to be patient with me. I know I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks, but bear with me, guys. I got to be patient. I really want the car up and running. Like I said, this has been a year-long project. Coming up this December, hopefully the car will be ready before December, but it's taken about a year, because like I said, I originally got this car like last December, like end of last December. I've had this car, and it's just been a process to get it done, because the original shop that it was at, they took forever to start working on the car, tearing it apart, seeing what exactly was going to be needed, finding all the body parts as well for the car that are OEM but at a cheaper price. That's where they really mainly helped me out, because had I gone to a Ford dealership and ordered all the parts that I needed for that car, I would have been paying, I think that when I bought the car from, I forgot where I bought it from. Anyways, when I bought it from the auction, they said it would cost about $16,000 to rebuild the car back to its stock form, and that the car would sell for, I think it said 36 or 40,000. Was the estimate, and I think it's actually said 32, was the estimated resale value for the car. I'm not gonna say so far how much I've dropped on getting this car. Between buying the car and getting it done, I'll leave that for another video. I'll do the whole breakdown process, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money that I'm putting into this car. But you know, that's the thing with project cars. You know, it takes time. You got to be patient. And it takes a lot of money. I'm getting back into this YouTube thing. It's just taking a little bit of time. Once I get the car up and running, definitely prepared. I think for the first video, once I have the car up and running, you know what? Well, actually, I'll put the 265s on there and I'll go ahead and do a burnout. You know, I'll have to find somewhere where I can do that. I already have a spot in mind that I'm gonna do to reveal the car once everything's up and running. So stay tuned for that video, but I think for that video we'll go ahead and do like a line lock burnout or something to break the car in. Hopefully I don't break anything in the process, but yeah, you know, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. I have a lot of cool, fun ideas to do with this car. I have some of my buddies that I want to link up with, shoot some car content. I got a lot of modifications I plan on doing to the car, and like I said, who knows, I might go boosted later on. Definitely not right now. I have a lot of plans that I'm going to do with the car to really try and help grow the channel and just, you know, bring some content for you guys, because there's not a whole lot of Mustang content out there. A lot of the stuff that I see is a lot of JDM, which I love my JDM, don't get me wrong. That's my little Honda that I have right here. That's my daily. I was actually thinking about getting rid of that car, because that's my first car. But the way gas prices are right now, I was going to be dailying the Mustang, and I was like, the way gas prices are right now, I probably should just go ahead and keep that car as my daily commute, and then have the Mustang as just like a little fun kind of weekend project car, you know? So yeah, want to thank you guys for watching. If you like, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, hit the bell notification, and I will catch you guys in the next one, guys. And remember to always keep shifting forward.
Yeah, feel me. I might sip out this bottle until it get hollow. Shit, I might sip out this bottle, just drowning my sorrows. Drowning my sorrows, be better tomorrow. Cause these broken dreams is as hard as it gets. My nigga died at only 25. I'm thanking God for letting me see in 26. Shit.